Alright, twin flames, we're gonna make a little bit different video tonight. I want to show you a few items that I've acquired during this week that are full of synchronicities and signs of twin flames. This photo album, old photo album, was given to me. Somebody left it at the mosque for donation, and I took it because it's just adorable. This couple is picture tells 1,000 words, and you can hear the music in the back. There's a music box installed in the frame, and so I took it to frame it. I think it's amazing way to manifest reunion by looking at pictures like this that remind you of true love. And then also my mother gave me this, which is a three-dimensional crystal. It actually, I wanted to show you this for a reason being, if you guys remember that I told you about the Merkaba. Merkaba is vessel that your soul can travel in, that can be contained in. And I had no idea what Merkaba was. I read about it a bit, just a little bit, because I couldn't understand what it was. So even if I read it, I couldn't really understand what it looked like. And then I told you guys in like 3 videos ago that I saw in my vision, not the dream. I wasn't sleeping, I was meditating. And as I was meditating, I saw my organic twin soul being contained in something very, very similar to what I'm showing you right now. I was trying to describe to you, I said it looked like diamond, hollow diamond. So this, what my mother gave me, she doesn't know anything about my experiences. She gave me this as a gift 4 days ago, and I was amazed how much it reminded me of that vision that I had. And my organic twins soul has returned into its Merkaba. Right now is inside the Merkaba. It's not in a manifested twin anymore, in the vessel that contains his soul. So this is what it looks like pretty much in a 3D. And I'm moving it this way so that you can see how in the vision, how it was moving like this through the dark matter, through the space, and it was giving me amazing feeling of peace and contentment, and I was so at peace. And the reason why I'm telling you this right now is the energies are back to being very heavy for the past, well, I'm gonna say almost 48 hours. Something is really heavy in the air, and I think what most, actually, not what I think, but what most other twin flame guides and light workers are saying is that your twin is going through purging process right now. They are purging something extremely heavy right now. So if you're feeling like bad mood for no reason, it's because your twin is going through something. So you gotta stay strong. Just stay strong. Just stay put. Now I want to show you one more thing, which is also something that I don't know where this came from. I just found it in my house. I've never seen it before. I asked my mom. She said she has never seen it before. And it was weird. It's like a piece of fabric. And I found it like this. And when I opened it, I realized that there was 2 pieces of fabric. And as you guys can see, I'm trying to do this with one hand because I'm recording with my phone. As you can see, this is 2 pieces of fabric. I'm going to separate them now. One is completely white, beautiful shiny white fabric, and the other piece is completely black, beautiful shiny black piece of fabric. And they were like this. I found them like this together. folded together. And you guys can figure this out on your own. This means it's time to separate the light from the darkness. This is pretty much the symbolism of yin and yang, the dark and the bright side of twin flame journey. It's time to separate the darkness. But without darkness, we would know the brightness. Without the black, we wouldn't know what the white would look like, you know? So that's it's a pretty beautiful message, you know? We have to take the bad with the good. This is what the old-fashioned wedding vows sounded like. I mean, they sound cheesy sometimes, and they sound cheesy to me as well. But if you think about it, they have a good essence, good message in them when they say, in a good and in, you know, you have to stick with your partner in the good and the bad times. And it's not possible. It's not possible unless those two people are meant to be, because you see, no matter how good your soulmate is, no matter how good friendship you have with your husband or your wife, if you're married to a best friend or someone you really have a lot of things in common with, like common interests and things, when the times come, when the dark times come, when something bad happens, these people will fail you eventually, because when everything is lost, when everything is gone, there has to be this special thread, invisible thread between two people that is unexplainable by any common sense, and that's twin flame love. If you look at this this photograph, I love it because it's photograph, it's not a painting. I love the way they hold the hands. It's a very gentle touch. It's very comforting, very gentle, very beautiful. The way he's embracing her is so innocent, so beautiful. And I find him very, like, he has these broad shoulders, and he's not like, he's very like, I remember photos of my father when he was younger. He kind of looked like this, like a very comfortably built man. And this woman, she's so ladylike, she's gentle, and their hairs are same color, and she seems worried, she seems concerned. Maybe you just make up your own story. Maybe something in her family, something's bothering her, and he's just there for her. He's not doing anything, he's just there for her. And the nature that surrounds them is just very paradise like. It's very like, to me, it's Adam and Eve, the return to the Eden, return to the Jannah, return to the heavenly paradise, peace. Well, it kind of, you can say it's like a painting. The piece that comes from it is almost like a painting. That's what is amazing about it. It's a photograph. I think I'm very fascinated by this, if you guys don't mind. And the reason why I'm recording right now, the number one reason is I want to share something really, really important with you right now. And that something is the letter. I have to do this quickly because I cannot show you the name, the full last name of my twin flame. So this is the letter that I wrote to my twin many years ago, many years ago. And I somehow did the wrong address, and I decided to, I had another copy, so I decided to put in another envelope, and I sent that letter to my twin. It was a long time ago. And now I've decided, and so this is like basically the copy that stayed in my house, and I didn't know it still existed. I just found it, and I'm sure there's a reason, divine timing, that I found it right now. So what I want to do is open this envelope right now in front of you guys, with my friends, with my twin flame friends and brothers and sisters and read what it says in there. I have no idea what it says because I simply forgot. It was very long time ago, and this and one email was the only correspondence that I had with my twin flame over the years. Written correspondence, of course. We had some verbal conversations, but this is the written correspondence. And why I want to share this with you right now is I want to share with you my own reaction to what this letter contains, because I forgot, and I'm sure that as soon as I open it and read the few first words, I'm sure that I will remember what it was about, but right now, I really don't know. I have no idea what it says. And you know, when you read something that you wrote many years ago, you kind of, it just sounds like someone else wrote it. So the reason why I want to share with you this live is because I want to see what my twin flame has felt when he read that letter, because he received it. So I want to see how would I feel if I was in his place. I want to see from his perspective how he reacted to it. So let's get to it. Let's find out. Oh, it's 11 minutes. It's interesting. So as I said, I found it the other day, and so we're gonna open it now and see. I have really no idea. This is like opening a lottery ticket. I have no idea what it says. This is so exciting, guys. Wow, it looks pretty. Let's see, was he impressed? I wonder. Okay, so well, first of all, the letter had, okay, let me see. I'm gonna read this through the camera, so I don't know. Okay, the letter had, can I make this? Well, okay, the letterhead says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. May peace and blessings be upon you, which is the translation of Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, which means may peace and blessings be upon you. And okay, let me just read this and then I will explain to you guys if I can remember what this was about. Hey there, trouble. We heard you were November baby, so I thought I should probably extend goodwill. Thought I'd stop by and maybe ask, how's life? Tell me, how's your family? I haven't seen them in a while. But then I decided I'm way too shy for any of that. Plus, I hate small talk anyhow. I know, it sounds weird because it's usually quite easy for me talking to people around me. Not to all people though. To some people, it's easier to sing. Just kidding. To you, I think writing works. For me, LOL. So what was I gonna say to you anyway? Oh yeah. Funniest thing is I'm not even down with a whole bunch of birthday fuss, which many people do. I like birthdays, but not that conventional hype. I don't see what's the point when people come to stuff their faces, make toasts and sort of congratulate people on a birthday and celebrate them as if people birthed their own selves or, God forbid, created themselves. Oh, then comes the clueless candle blowing, cakes that taste like Play-Doh. Definitely not my thing, even if I might let people do it to me. But people's birthdays do make impression on me, different kind of impression, wonderful one. Impression that sounds to me as if each life would be like a DVD. Play button is continually on. Then once a year we press pause, rewind, look back a couple of decades or so, or whatever number of scenes we must press to go back to find beginning of that person, and then we press still on a scene number 1. Imagine a day when someone exclaimed, wow, it's a boy or a girl. Imagine happy day, remembering who deserved thanks for a life, remembering who suffered. Press forward, come back to now, press play again, reflect. Making some zikr on birthday to celebrate being given the gift of life makes a lot of sense. Doing something extra nice on that day for our mothers makes a lot of sense too. I tell mine every year in July or December that we celebrate her hard times. So 14th, I tease her that it is both Labor Day and Mother's Day, and I give her 2 gifts. From each of her kids, she deserves that we complete a certain chore that we forgot to finish earlier in a year, or some project we never got our hands on. Sometimes it's a simple thing, but it always makes her happy if we remember on our own. That's what makes me happy on my birthday. Thanking my Lord Allah and surprising my mom Azra. I was her surprise when I was born, and when I was little, my mom always told me how my face and smile made her feel almost heaven. So I try to continue that tradition. Doesn't always work though. But you, in my humble opinion, are such an honest Salih, a truly kind son, and you seem always so caring, hardworking with your parents. I think that in a way they get a gift from you every single day. But then, on the other hand, going an extra mile for loving mothers such as your Romana can never be too much. How she loves you guys so much and how she works so hard, I can tell she would do anything for you. Her love is so large, huge, and so tender, it brings tears to my eyes. You will give her a hug from me, will you? Oh yeah, almost forgot. Happy birthday to you as well. In case you were wondering why I put this on a separate note, well, I just like to write. Okay, yes, you can go now. So yeah, go ahead, close your eyes now and make that wish. Well, not that one, silly. Just kidding with you. I do, of course, wish you the best, Archie. As always, in lieu of gift, I picked a nice ayat for you. 5-8. Okay, you stay in good health and salam. Wow. So I picked ayat for him, obviously. So let's look what ayat that is from the Quran. It says chapter 5. And second here. Okay, it should be here. 5, 8. Yes, it's right here. Believers, be steadfast in the cause of God and bear witness with justice. Do not let your enmity for others turn you away from justice. Deal justly, that is nearer to being good fearing. Fear God. God is aware of all that you do. God has promised those who believe and do good deeds forgiveness and a great reward. Okay, guys, so that was the letter I wrote for my twin. And I remember now something you're gonna find interesting, I hope. Sorry, guys, my phone keeps cutting me off. Okay, where was I? So the 30th of November is what this guy made me believe my twin flame's birthday was. And I just checked while fixing my phone. It was year 2013. And and I remember now how this letter was delivered. It was delivered at the mosque. It was Friday. It was November 29th, and I was thinking it was day ahead of my twin flame's birthday. But actually, Thanksgiving Day was on the 28th, the Thursday. The day before Friday was 28th of November. It was Thanksgiving. And so on the 29th, this letter was given to my twin flame in front of the mosque by my mom. She just gave it to him with the gift, with the birthday card and some candy, some gift. I don't know what she put in there. And he was happy to receive the gift. He was smiling and he was happy. I was just standing with some other friends close by, and I was just talking to them, really. And I glimpsed at my twin flame, and he was happy to receive the gift. And then my mother told me what he said to her. He said, I don't know where his co-worker had an idea that his birthday was on November 30th, but his birthday is actually on April 8th. But he was grateful for the gift, and he thanked my mom, and I guess he read this letter when he got home. And I was super embarrassed. I was super embarrassed thinking, oh my God, his birthday is not in November, it's in April. And he told my mom it's perfectly fine. I love the gift and I love the card and it doesn't matter, you know. And this is why this is important, why I'm mentioning this to you guys. When I met my manifested twin, that now is the relationship is over, we are over with that. We talked about birthdays, and his birthday is November 30th. So that's quite amazing. And my manifested twin was really my manifested twin. I still believe that, even though things went down the wrong way, but everything happens for a reason. And we met for the reason, and we shared experience for 10 months for a reason. I want you to know that everyone who comes into your life, especially during your twin flame journey, is important. So that's no one is there for like by coincidence. Everybody's there for a reason. Okay. Now, something interesting is what I want to say about April 8th. Next year, when my twin flame's real birthday was on April 8th, I didn't give him any more letters. I didn't give him any more cards. I was I was by that time mad at him, angry. I was in an anger state, and I teased him. I gave him something. My mother actually did. Well, here's the thing. Mother and I were joking at home, and I found an old toy, which was a little bit like a little basketball guy who shoots baskets. It's just a child's toy, and children toy, like a 3-year-old children toy. You know, very simple, from the 80s, plastic toy. And I was joking, and I told my mom, I said, this is what he needs. He likes basketball, and he was playing that online, what's called NBA online basketball, uh, whatever. You guys know that, like bets, and you have a team, and there's an NFL, there's like football version and the basketball version. And I know that he was doing that online, and so I was mad at that time that he had time for everything, like that he focused on his school and his career and his family, but so that's that stupid part of twin flame journey, when we get mad on our twins for basically existing, for having their own life, because there's that twin flame jealousy. We gotta admit, it's a dark side of us, that sometimes we're jealous of our twin, and our twin is jealous of us too. Don't think that they're not jealous of us. That's the part that we have to purge and get rid of. And so I was kind of just mean. I was just being mean, and I told my mom, well, this is kind of toy that would be perfect for him. And my mom, and I told you guys, I promise you, I'm gonna make one episode, twin flame episode, about dedicated just to twin flame mothers. Okay, we're gonna do that. But anyways, my mother did something really stupid, and she took that toy, and next week, it was my twin flame's birthday, day before, day after, the day of prayer, which is Friday, and she took that toy and she gave it to him. After the prayer, she gave it to him, and she told him it was from me. And the thing is, I saw my twin before the prayers, and he was in exceptionally good mood. I assume because it was his birthday, and he maybe expected to get something again, some good gift, or maybe another letter or something. And he waved at me before the prayers. He was extremely happy to see me. He was smiling at me. He was waving at me, and he went into the mosque to pray. And after the prayer, he came out. He hugged her. And boundary that men and women don't hug, okay? So unless they're family or, older people. But for him to hug my mother was very unconventional and very weird because they're not that close. And we used to be customer in his store, and I know he loves my mom for me, and I love his mom for him because she's his mother. She gave birth to him. But it was just way out of line that he hugged my mom, especially him being quite shy guy when it comes to personal relationships because he has Asperger's syndrome. In private life and in social circumstances, he's very shy and very withdrawn and very introvert person. So he was super excited that day. He approached my mom and he was talking to her and he hugged her and she handed him the gift, but it was wrapped, and she said to him it was from me, and that I said it would be perfect for him. And I didn't know she was going to do that. She didn't tell me. And she gave it to him, and he didn't know what it was. It was still unknown to him what it was. And then he said to her, he said my name, and he said to her that I was his sweetheart. And I still can't believe, and I was standing away from them, a couple of, I don't know. I was like on the other side of the parking lot with some friends talking, and I didn't hear. When she came over, she told me I saw them hugging. That surprised me. When she came over, I saw him whisper something to her, hugged her, and whispered something. And when she came over, she said that he told her that I was his sweetheart, and to tell me that I was his sweetheart. And that was out of this world. I couldn't believe that. And as they went around the mosque with the car around the parking lot, he was extremely happy. He was smiling at me and he waved at me again and he left. And I'm sure when he opened the gift, he was super, super, he must have been super pissed off because I felt it, and I would be pissed off too, because what it was a children toy. And basically the message of the toy would be to grow up, that he was just a boy. Because of the age difference between us, that the message that he must have received through that gift was that he was just a boy. Because that's what I kind of said to my mom when I was playing with that, like, just like I found that toy, I was like, huh, this would be perfect. I was just being sarcastic. And she I mean, I didn't mean to give him anything for a gift for his birthday. I was mad at that time at him. And then she took that and gave it to him, and that took us backwards big time. Because after that, he was gone. He was gone for many months. He didn't come to prayer. It must have impacted him badly. Like, as I was giving him a message, he's just too young and he's such a boy and he's immature. And because of the things that happened in the meantime, right? And so I haven't seen him for a while. What he did in the meantime was change, change his attitude towards girls. He was not a player type. He was not a guy who was chasing after skirts. And then suddenly, I noticed on his social media and everything, first he started talking about, he was picking topics on his Twitter, like about virgin, not virgin women, but virgin men. And I'm sure he was a virgin at that time. And then he started talking stuff, not dirty, not dirty stuff, but just topics like, as he read this article or that article, he started being interested in what women like and this and that. And then I started noticing him um, openly leaving comments on some girls' websites and stuff. It was really painful for me to watch that. And then he turned into a perfect player because he's very handsome and he's an extremely good-looking guy. It's just not just my opinion, but the general opinion about him. Anyways, I remember telling my friends. I remember sending email to my friends in Slovenia, and I said, I have created a monster. from a perfect boy, I have created a monster. Now I knew immediately, the moment my mom gave it to him, and I didn't know what she gave it to him. She told me later, and I said, oh my God, no. You gave him that toy, it's gonna send a wrong message. It's gonna send him a message that he's just a little boy, he's got nothing, he's immature, and I was just making fun of him. That's what he's gonna think. And I know he did, because he's my twin, and I know how he felt. And it's just a common sense also that he would feel that way. And so he was gone for many months from the prayer. He just stopped coming. Then when he came back, I could feel he was different. He was dressing in a different way. I watched his social media, as I said, these things start being interesting in women and this and that. And then women start being interesting in him, of course, because he started going out and doing things. But here's what I want to say on the bright side. Remember now this letter that I read to you, and I mentioned to him the word salih. In Arabic, the word salih means the good son. In the Quran, God describes Jesus, peace be upon him. Prophet Jesus was described as being the best son to his mother. And the word salih is used. The word salih means good son. So when I said to him in the letter that he was a salih to his mom, that's not his name. Although in Islamic traditions, this is a name we give to the boys. But that's not his given name. It's just I called him salih as an attribute. And I just recalled now, it just dawned on me right now, guys. And now when I read the letter to myself, to you guys, I noticed that I praised my twin flame as being a good son to his mother and to his father. And after I did this, I remember now on his Twitter account, he posted, on the top when you describe yourself on your profile, he put his name, his last name, his first name, and then he below that he said, entrepreneur, student, entrepreneur dot student dot son, with a capital letter son. He changed his profile description, and I loved how he put that with the dot, as son was his profession, as son was his major attribute, and I loved that. And I didn't even make connection at that time. I guess I forgot, because this letter was very spontaneous when I wrote it, and that's why I forgot. Now I can see that it actually influenced him, and it did have an impact on him, and he took it to his heart. And I feel that this part is coming to an end. He has learned his lessons the tough way, because maybe he needed to grow up. Maybe he did need to go through these lessons. And every one of your twins did have to go with the karmic relationships to learn that only twin flame love is the everlasting love. And the only twin flame love is the love that is unconditional, and that we are always able to forgive each other. And last but not least important is this letter that I wrote to you. Remember the header where it says Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and it says peace be upon you, may peace and blessings be upon you. Remember that part? But the time when I saw my twin flame was when he told me Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and he said it in the most beautiful way I've ever heard. I swear to you guys, it was the most beautiful way anyone ever told me peace be upon you. And I didn't answer him with the alaikum salam, which is appropriate way to answer to the salam. I just said good to see you. And now when my twin flame comes in telepathic way to me, and I try to reply to him and talk to him, he's angry at me. He's not angry, but he's offended. He's very sad. He cannot believe that I didn't reply to salam to him. He thinks I am mad at him. He thinks that I absolutely hate him, because I just just coldly I said good to see you, and I passed by him and I ran into my car. But the reason why I did that was I watched a video by what appeared to be an excellent twin flame worker, and she said that this week my twin flame is gonna approach me and he's gonna try to talk to me, so I should just be cold, because that way I will prevent him from running away again, from becoming another, one more time becoming a runner. And here's the trick part. Week after that, the same so-called twin flame worker, she started charging for her channel. She started charging for all of her work, and long story short, she disappeared now. She's gone. She has been turned to the dark side, and now I realize what really happened. She was already taken to a dark side. She was already tricked by the devil to, because she said in one of her videos, she said that angels told her to start charging. Believe me guys, angels will never tell you to start charging. Those are not angels. That's the first sign that something is wrong, because devil is constantly trying to stop the twin flame. Not only twin flames, but twin flame workers, twin flame guides. He tries to trick them and take them to the dark side. So this one was taken already by the time she was giving this video out, and she was right. She was right that I was gonna see my twin, but at the same time, devil influenced her and told her to tell not just me but many other viewers who were watching to be cold with your twin and to push them so that they don't think that you are still the runner. And that's what I did, and now my twin flame keeps coming back to me in telepathic messages, and he keeps telling me, why didn't you reply to my salam? Why didn't you reply to my peace? Because in our religion, it's very important to reply to the salam, to the peace greeting. It's very important. If you don't reply to someone, it means you're super angry with them, that you don't wish them back the same good good wishes. And so he keeps coming back and asking me, what if I come back and you don't give me salam? It basically broke his heart, and after that he has stopped completely coming to the mosque. And that day when he said salam, he was such a fool. He was so full of peace and good cheer, and I've never seen him like that. And he never said it in a more beautiful way like that day. And he was so ready to talk. And now I keep telling him in my telepathic message, please forgive me. Please come back. I promise you, I will never act like that again. Please be strong and be brave, and don't let the fear prevent you from coming back. I'm sorry I didn't reply to you. I will describe to you why, and I will explain to you why. My reason was because I didn't want to push you away again. This is what I was told. I was advised not to push you again away, so I was acting cool under quotation marks, and I didn't reply to your salam. I'm sorry. And any one of you out there who are watching this, take that as advice. It's better to be fool in your eyes, in other people's eyes, but be honest and be who you are with your twin. Don't chase them. Don't bother them. Don't bomb them with emails and messages if they're not ready right now. But when they are ready, when they come to you, don't push them away. Don't be cold. Don't pretend that you don't care for them. If they come, it's so hard for them to come and finally open up, because there's so much fear going on. There's so much blockages and fear, and then when they finally show up, don't push them away. Let them come to you and be vulnerable. Be yourself. Don't listen to anyone telling you to be this or that, or play cool with your twin. Never play cool with your twin. Play warm with your twin. Be warm with your twin. Obviously, when he said this salam to me, this offer of greeting, I'm sure that this letter was on his mind. I'm sure that this letter that said salam was actually did impress him, and he wanted to give it back to me in a verbal form, and then I didn't reply. So Always be open for your twin. Always be ready to receive from your twin. Not, you don't have to push them away. Yes, you don't have to follow them around and do stuff, but when they come, let them be, and smile at them. Don't pretend you don't see them on the street. Don't pretend that you don't see their text message. Be yourself. There's no manipulation between twin flames. We are each other's health. So there's no bull. You cannot play bull on your twin. You know, my twin cannot still grasp why I didn't reply to him because I wanted to. This is what was in my heart, but I acted on someone else's advice, and it's not clear to him why I did that. He thinks I'm not the same person that I was once, that I cared for him. He doesn't know that I still care for him. He's afraid to come back, but he will. I know he will, because the hearts of twin flames are always connected, and that we always hear each other in our hearts, in our dreams. And also, just like I received the signs from the universe, he does too. And when he does come back, I'm ready. I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to receive his smile and his salam and anything that he has to offer. I'm ready to give it back to him in a proper way. So thanks for watching. Next time we will talk about mothers, and please also comment what you think. What did you think about my letter? How would you feel if it was sent to you? And tell me about letters or correspondence that you sent to your twins or what they sent to you. We need to share, guys. We need to get to know each other's stories so that we can compare the notes. Love you and peace be upon you, and namaste, salam, shalom, and all the best to you.